What happens when one man's silence becomes too heavy to carry, and the secrets he knows threaten to destroy a picture-perfect image? When Mendeecees finally spoke out about what really happened between Kirk and Kendra behind closed hotel doors, the industry gasped. It wasn't just pillow talk. It was betrayal, lies, and a secret that could shatter relationships and reputations forever. This isn't just reality TV drama. This is real, raw, and it's about to get explosive. Part 1. The Whisper Before the Storm. 200 words. Mendeecees Harris is no stranger to drama. After all, his life has played out on national TV for nearly a decade. From his complicated relationship with Yandy Smith to his time in federal prison, fans have seen him at his highest and lowest points. But nothing could have prepared the public for what he was about to reveal. It all began during a backstage conversation at a private taping of a VH1 reunion special. While cameras weren't rolling, tensions between the cast were sky high. Rumors were flying, side eyes were being thrown, and producers were scrambling to keep tempers from boiling over. That's when Mendeecees was pulled aside by a fellow castmate who whispered something that changed everything. "Yo, you know about that night in Miami? The one with Kirk and Kendra?" Mendeecees blinked. "What night?" The castmate looked around, leaned closer, and said, "The hotel, the private suite, the argument, the other woman." Mendeecees had heard whispers before, but this time, the details were too specific. Something about it felt real. Later that night, he confronted Kirk Frost directly. Not on camera, not for show, just man to man. "Kirk, tell me that Miami situation ain't what people saying it is." Kirk chuckled nervously. "Bro, people, always talking." But Mendeecees noticed the deflection and the guilt. The next few days were a blur. Mendeecees started connecting the dots. Social media detectives had already posted clips from that weekend in Miami. One post showed Kirk in a lobby, clearly agitated. Another showed Kendra leaving the hotel alone, at 3 a.m. Still, none of this was public knowledge, not officially. Not yet, until Mendeecees decided he couldn't hold it in any longer. Mendeecees never planned to become the messenger, but sometimes silence feels like betrayal. After what he learned, staying quiet meant protecting lies. And that didn't sit right with him. He sat down for an unfiltered late-night Instagram live session. No pre-warning, no flashy intro, just him, a black hoodie, and a look in his eyes that said everything. "Yo, I ain't one for the drama," he started. "But when I see real love being played with, and people out here acting like they innocent, I gotta speak up." Viewers poured in by the thousands. Then he dropped the bomb. "That night in Miami? Yeah, I was there, and I saw more than I wanted to." He claimed that after hearing rumors, he doubled back to the hotel that night to check in on Kendra, a longtime friend. What he saw stunned him. Kirk wasn't alone in the suite. A woman, who was not Kendra, was with him. And Kendra? She showed up moments later. What followed was loud, emotional, and heartbreaking. "You ever see someone's soul leave their body?" Mendeecees asked, staring at the screen. That was Kendra when she walked into that room. Fans were floored. The comments section exploded. He really exposed it all. Not Kirk doing this again. Didn't he already cheat years ago? Mendeecees didn't name the other woman, but he didn't have to. Internet sleuths went wild. Within hours, alleged DMs, snapshots from the hotel lobby, and flight records were making the rounds. But the story went even deeper. According to Mendeecees, this wasn't a one-time slip-up. He hinted that this had been an ongoing pattern, and that Kendra had been covering it up for image purposes. She ain't dumb. She knew. But love will make you lie to yourself. It wasn't just a betrayal. It was a web of secrets, carefully, spun to keep a brand, and a couple, intact. Kirk's response came quickly, but not directly. He posted a cryptic meme. "Real men protect their home. Fake ones perform for attention." It backfired instantly. Fans flooded his comments with questions, gifs, and clown emojis. Kendra, on the other hand, went ghost. No posts. No statements. Mendeecees' revelation had broken something. Not just in Kirk and Kendra's relationship, but in the love and hip-hop universe. Cast members began choosing sides. Some praised Mendeecees for keeping it real, Others warned he'd opened a can of worms. Yandy, always calculated, reposted a quote that read, "Truth hurts, but lies destroy." The public took it as confirmation. This wasn't drama for views. This was personal. Meanwhile, industry blogs picked up the story. The Shade Room, Baller Alert, Lipstick Alley, even Wendy Williams' fan page ran a recap. One outlet headlined it, "Mendeecees unmasks the frost illusion. Miami wasn't so hot after all." And still, the biggest question loomed, would Kendra stay? As the dust from Mendeecees' bombshell began to settle, the industry held its breath, waiting for Kendra's next move. For days, there was silence. Kirk tried to regain control of the narrative. He posted family pictures, shared positive affirmations, and even dropped a video of him and Kendra laughing from months ago. Fans weren't buying it. One commenter wrote, "Don't use old smiles to cover new sins." Then finally, Kendra spoke. Her statement came in the form of a 3-minute video on Instagram. No makeup, no filter, just raw emotion. People want answers. And the truth is, "I've been carrying secrets for years," she began. She didn't deny what happened in Miami. "I walked into something I hoped I'd never see again. And I stayed quiet because I thought loyalty meant silence." Her voice cracked as she continued. "But silence becomes self-betrayal when the one you protect refuses to protect you." The comments flooded in. Kendra deserves better. "Say what you want about Mendeecees." He told the truth. "This is giving I should have left the first time." She didn't name Kirk. She didn't name Mendeecees, but she didn't need to. Everyone knew who she was talking about. By this point, Mendeecees had retreated from the spotlight. He did one final live stream, calm and composed. "I ain't do this to break a home. I did this so people stop pretending everything's perfect when it's not, especially when it hurts good people." The industry took note. Several reality stars reached out to support Kendra privately, women who had also endured public embarrassment. Word behind the scenes was that Kendra had been planning her exit long before Miami, but the events of that night forced her hand. VH1 producers were torn. On one hand, this drama guaranteed ratings. On the other, real damage was being done. Contracts were being reviewed. Loyalty clauses scrutinized. People wondered if Mendeecees had broken NDA terms. But legally, he hadn't. He hadn't revealed details about filming, only his personal experience. Meanwhile, Kirk faced the music. Multiple brands paused partnerships with him. Even some of his business associates pulled back, fearing backlash. And then came the public apology. On a dimly lit Instagram video, Kirk finally said, "I ain't perfect. I made mistakes, but I never meant to hurt Kendra. She didn't deserve none of this." The comment section was brutal. "You said the same thing in 2017. Kirk, how many mistakes before it's a choice?" Even Kendra liked one comment. "She didn't deserve this the first time, let alone again." And just like that, the internet took a side. Kendra, once seen as blindly loyal, was now the woman who had endured enough. Mendeecees, once controversial, had become a truth teller. And Kirk? Well, Kirk was Kirk. But what about Mendeecees and Yandy? Interestingly, the drama brought them closer. In an episode of their YouTube series, Yandy said, "I didn't want him to say anything at first, but now I'm proud he stood up for a woman who couldn't do it herself yet." And fans respected that. This wasn't just reality TV gossip anymore. It was a larger conversation about accountability, loyalty, and when keeping secrets starts hurting more than helping. Kendra eventually unfollowed Kirk, removed wife from her bio, moved out of their Atlanta home. And in a subtle but powerful post, she wrote, "Protect your peace, even if it means protecting it from the one you thought you'd spend forever with." The last scene of the drama didn't end with a slap or a screaming match. It ended with a woman walking away, a man reflecting on his choices, and another man realizing the power of truth. Sometimes the most powerful expose isn't about destroying someone else. It's about setting the record straight and giving people the courage to speak for themselves. When Mendeecees dropped that unexpected bomb about Kirk and Kendra's hotel night, it sent shockwaves through reality TV and hip-hop circles. What started as whispers behind the scenes exploded into a full-blown exposé, with loyalty, betrayal, and heartbreak at the center. But this wasn't just another scandal. This was a wake-up call. Kendra finally found her voice. Kirk faced the fallout. And Mendeecees? He showed that sometimes protecting someone means telling the uncomfortable truth. Now the world is watching, not just for drama, but for the message underneath it all. When is silence more damaging than honesty? Can love survive repeated betrayal? And who really has your back when the cameras stop rolling? We've broken down every twist, every reveal, every raw moment. So what do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Share this with someone who's been through it. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay locked in, because in this game, the tea never stops pouring. This wasn't just reality TV. This was reality exposed.